So she throws me her keys and she's like, all right,
Britt, you're gonna go take us to the movies.
now at this time, I was really new to driving. I think I was like 20 at the time. So like the plan was to get my license. No, I was 19 at the time, so I didn't have my license just yet. And I had planned to, get my license and my new car at 20 because like, you know what? I would have enough driving experience at 20, and I just felt like there was a goal that I wanted to reach money-wise to put down on a car and a car payment and whatnot. So I knew this friend for about 3 years, all through high school. Like, we were super cool. We went to prom together. We went to homecoming together. We would stay at each other's houses. We were chill. Like, we were like this. Like, we were considered basically best friends. So, one day she tells me, now she knew that I didn't have a car, of course, because, I'm saving up for a car and I'm working towards a car, and I'm like, I don't have my license just yet. But I did have my permit at the time. Anyhow, but she already had her driver license. Like, she was good. She was already driving for like years. So she had this car. It was a Mazda. So it was a Mazda 6. It was a nice car. It was cool. I'll take it because like I didn't have anything. So like, I'll take a car, honey. So anyways, so I'm chilling at home after school. I think it was like a year out of high school. Yeah, a year out of high school. And she texted me like, hey, like, let's, go to the movies. Like, let's have a girls' night out. And I'm like, bet. Because like, like after all the school and it's summer break and we all chilling, we all vibing, like, I want to go out. Okay. So she texts me. She's like, but let's go out. Let's watch this movie. I don't remember what movie it was at the time, but I know it was a popular movie to really have me going out around like 8 o'clock at night. So bad. So I'm like, okay, the movie has to be good at that time. So she then texts me like, hey Britt, like, what are you wearing? So she was the type of friend that will always want to match. So like, whatever I'm wearing, if I'm wearing jeans, if I'm wearing joggers, or if I'm wearing shoes or whatever, she would want to match my outfit. At the time, I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, oh, she just want to match me. We want to go looking, like those girls, you feel me? So I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Like, we're just matching. But like, anytime we were to hang out, she'll always be like, oh, like, Britt, like, oh, what are you wearing? Or like, how are you gonna wear your hair? Or things like that, And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna wear like a jean jacket or whatever. So I told her I think I was wearing like a jean skirt at the time, and whatever. But she was like, okay, bet. She was like, I'll pick you up in like 10 minutes. We live literally in the same neighborhood, so like literally I could walk over to her house. It'll take me like 5 minutes to walk to her house. She could walk to my house. Like, we were like really, really close. Like, really close. We told each other everything. Like, it's really knit friendship. You feel me? Like 3 years. Okay. So she comes and picks me up in her Mazda. At the time, I'm just like, dang, like, I low-key was, in my mind, I was like, dang, I really want to learn how to drive. So, like, I would love to practice any way I can in a car. But, I was practicing a little bit with my family's car to get some more experience on the road. And I never, ever once was like, oh, like, let me drive her car, or let me do this. Because like, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, let me just use your car. Because I wouldn't want someone just to be like, can I drive your car? Trying to make them, be in that awkward situation. So she looks at me, she picks me up, finally picks me up to go to the movies. And she's like, hey, Britt, like, you wanna drive? And I'm like, I'm not gonna say no, because mind you, I'm trying to get my license, okay? So she's like, yeah, Britt, like, you wanna drive? Like, I don't care. And I was like, you sure? Like, I'll give you gas money, girl. Like, how about this? How about I give you gas money? She's like, oh, no, like, don't worry about it. I said, bet, okay. I was like, bet, girl, like, I'll pay for your popcorn, your snacks at the movies, whatever. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure like I did end up paying. Like, I did something, or we went out to eat, or I paid something for it, because like, I'm the type of person, like, I gotta pay it for it. I don't care if the person says no. I'm gonna pay it for it, whatever. So she passed me the keys. I take the keys. I'm like, heck yeah, like, I would love to learn how to drive. We're driving towards the movie theater. Now, this movie theater was like downtown and like the major part of the city, so there was a lot of traffic, and I think it was a weekend. So I felt confident in driving, but I was relatively new to driving. But yeah, so I'm driving down, listening to music, a chill vibe, cruising, we're matching, we're looking good, we're smelling good. Like, we're ready to have a great night, We're ready to have good vibes, good energy. I'm very sensitive to like any like weird energy, weird vibes. I didn't get any vibes that night. I felt like the vibes were super cool. I actually was having a really, really good time. I mean, we both looked good. Like, we were both hyping each other up the whole ride, talking about, you know, whatever we were talking about at the time. This was back in, like, this was a while back, a few years ago, but this was, like, right after high school. So we had so much to talk about right after high school. So, we're just chilling like a girls' night out, you feel me? So we're driving towards the movie. We're, like, 5 minutes away from the theater, right? And I didn't realize. So I was like in a really goofy mood that night. Like I was super goofy, you know, and like we were both having a good time. It was like mutual, like we were both goofy. So I happened to do a U-turn. So we approached the red light, right? And it didn't say no U-turn, but there was construction going on, you know, within like the street. There was like, because like where I live, there's so much construction. There was so much construction. And then I'm like, dang, like the way to like, I'm right here. The movie theater's on this side of the street. So I'm going to have to do a U-turn in order to go into the parking lot, you feel me, the garage. So she doesn't say anything about like me not doing a U-turn, about the cones or anything, you feel me? So I was like, we want to go, so, like, let's go. So I do a U-turn, but I end up, as I'm making the U-turn, there's like construction poles or construction cones like right in front of me. So I have to merge the car, like squeeze the car into like not hitting any construction cones. I barely tapped the construction cone, barely tapped, but I managed to like make my way around it or like through it. And as soon as I make that turn to make the U-turn and I'm about to enter the movie theater,
we get lit up by the police.
and I'm like, what? I'm like, there's no way. And it's so crazy because I didn't even realize the police was behind me this whole time. Like I'm a new driver. I'm looking forward. Like I was scared to like look back or look to my side. Like I'm looking forward. So I didn't realize a cop was literally behind me this whole time. So we get pulled over and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like this is not in my car. Like I only got my permit. And I'm like, I'm nervous. Like I don't know if she has her lights. She's in the passenger seat. So like she's not saying anything this whole time. Like she's not saying nothing. So I pull over into this, I don't even know, it's like an empty building. I pull over the cop, you know, now this time is around 7 p.m. So it's dark. There's tint on the car. So this cop, he don't know who's in the car, okay? So he's flashing his light in the car, instantly rolling the windows down, and I'm like nervous. Like I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, oh my gosh, like bro, we're just trying to have a good night out. Like it wasn't my intention to like hit the cone a little bit. Like I'm freaking out. But my friend, she's sitting there, she's not saying nothing. Like she's quiet. She was like on her phone, like whatever. And I'm like sweating bullets. Like she is so freaking chill. And I'm like, oh, like she's not, like part of me is like, dang, like she's not mad at me for like almost hitting her car or like getting pulled over, you feel me? Like she was just super calm. So the officer comes up to my window and I'm like instantly apologize. I'm like, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean to like do a U-turn on the construction zone. Like I was just really apologizing. I'm like, I'm so sorry. He asked for my ID. I hand over the ID. He actually asked for everyone's ID in the car. It was just me and my friend. They was asking for the ID. So I hand over the ID. He scans it and he's like, like just be careful, make sure, construction zones, you're like super cautious, everything. He's like, okay, he's basically everything checks out, we're good. He's like, you guys are good to go, have a great night, you drive safe. He was more like a parent, like, just be very careful, it was laid out, like drive safe and all that. So I'm like, boom. So then, like, after the officer left, we were good to go and proceed to the theaters. She didn't say anything about the incident the whole rest of the night. So I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, we cool, like let's go to the movies, let's chill, let's have a good vibe. So we go into the theater, we have a great night. Like, it was a great night. I literally forgot about the incident. I even apologized multiple times, like, I'm so sorry, like, I'm so sorry about the, about the officer and everything. Like, I'm apologizing. I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh no, it's okay. Like, don't worry, girl. Like, we had a great night, whatever. Like, we're both laughing, hee hee ha ha, and whatever. Like, we're having a great night. So she then ends up driving back, no, actually, she has me, after the movie, she has me drive back. We, like, go to Sonic, and, like, I pay for her meal and everything because, like, it's no biggie. Like, I do things because I want to, not because I want something from anybody. It's like, I'm gonna treat you out. Like, you let me drive your car. I can't give you I gave you a little headache with the officer, but baby, I got you. Don't even worry. So we have a great night. I still didn't sense any like weird vibe, weird energy, coming towards her or anything. So I was like, boom, we're good. So, we go home, we part ways, we do our talk, and, we leave and all that. And then about a few months, 6 months go by, right? 6 months go by, and I'm at the point where I can buy my own car. And I'm super stoked because I'm like, I can finally get my car. Like, I love cars. I've been playing video games since I was a kid. Like, I always admire supercars and Japanese and dating game cars. Like, I love cars, and I can't wait to have my own car so I can just get in and go where I want and go shopping and whatever. And in my mind, I was like, yes, like I'll finally have my own car so we can like hang out, and she can probably drive my car, whatever. We got good times, good vibes. So months, you know, I forget about that situation. Like, I'm already moved on. We already went through so many seasons. Like, I forgot about that incident, right? So months go by. I finally passed my license. Everything's good. She's congratulating me. We're cool. At the time on Instagram, I usually post all, like, you know, I did a lot of like photo shoots back then, like in around 2017, 2018. Like, I did a lot of like photo shoots with, you know, Puma shoes and things like that, you know, just because I love fashion. So I would do a lot of posts. So I didn't tell anybody that I was getting a car, because it was the day to get my car. I had the money and I went to the dealership. I purchased the car, and the plan was to not tell
Anybody about my new
car that I just picked up, which was a Mazda 3. A Mazda 3 is a more compact car. It's very sporty, super cute. I bought it right off the lot. I got it right off the lot, like first owner, everything. So I'm like super stoked. And I'm like 20 at the time, so I'm stoked. Okay, this is my first time having my own car, everything. Like, I am super excited. So no one knows I have a car. None of my friends know. Okay, so then the next day, no one still know. I haven't told anybody that I finally got a car. You know, people, you know, I'm just kind of keeping it casual, keeping it cool. We were like, me and my friend of 3 years, we were supposed to hang out that weekend on like a Saturday to hang out, and like, I think we plan to like do something, you know, just hang out, go to the mall, go shopping or whatever. And she still doesn't know that I just picked a brand new car up. She doesn't even know I have a car. Okay, like, I'm still shocked at that point. I'm like super stoked. So the next day, I do a mini photo shoot on Instagram. I'm wearing this all green, like I'm wearing a skirt, like I look cute, okay? And I post a picture of me in the car with the keys, right? And I'm getting like hundreds of comments. People are like, congratulations. People are like, oh my God, like I'm so proud of you. Like, people are like, you know, giving my flowers because like I'm freaking stoked. They're freaking stoked. And it's like all my friends, even the friend of 3 years, she's like, you know, congratulating me, like, oh my gosh, bro, like, why didn't you text me, like things like that. But like, it's all friendly fire. It's nothing like weird, you know. So, you know, it's cool. We cool, right? We cool. So I thought. Now this is where the friend dynamic and the the smile, the laugh literally
take a sudden turn.
Okay, it takes a sudden turn that I would never expect of this person. Now again, this person always comes over to my house. This person knows my parents. This person knows my siblings. This person, like, we're besties. We know each other for 3 years. Like, we went to each other's birthdays. We celebrated everything together. So we're tight. And so next thing I know, my other friend of 6 years, where we graduated high school, we all graduated the same high school. She's like, hey, Bria, like, she calls me. So after I get home that night, the next day, she called me, like, Bria, like, we need to talk. We have a serious talk. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is a friend of 6 years. Like, you know, we're close too. Like, we're like a trio. Like, we'll hang out, you know, with each other and all that. She calls, like, Bria, like, we need to talk. I'm like, what? Now, at the time, I only had Instagram. I didn't have Snapchat or Twitter. I have like a Twitter account, but I don't use Twitter at all. So at the time, I just really had solely Instagram. So I'm not bad. So I meet up with my friend of 6 years. I meet up with her, and she's like, Bro, I gotta tell you something. Like, you promise you won't like get mad, and like, you know, just promise me like you won't get mad, right? And I'm like, what the heck? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm still happy because I literally, you know, it's cool vibes. Like, I just bought this car. And she's like, you know, this friend of 6 years, like, oh my God, bro, I'm so proud of you and everything. But she's like, I need to tell you something, and I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news. I don't want to ruin your parade or your party or whatever, but I gotta tell you. So I'm like, bro, you better tell me now. Because once someone's like, bro, I got something to tell you, like, I need to know off the bat, like, what's going on? Even what's going on? Because my brain thinks of the worst, like the worst that can happen. So I'm like, what's going on? Are you okay? Like, are you in danger? Like, are you moving? Like, what's going on? Okay, my brain is like going 100 miles per hour. Mind you, the other friend of 3 years, the one that I went to movies with, she really didn't like text me. Like, the texts were kind of cold, you know, it wasn't like, you know, anyways. So I didn't really peep anything of it. I didn't peep anything up because I'm still having a parade in my mind. So she pulls over, we're driving my car, we pull over to like the nearest gas station, and I like turn my car off, and like she's like, Britt, like her name, the girl of 3 years, her name's gonna be Tasha. She's like, Britt, Tasha has been she shows me, she pulls up Twitter, and I remember I think it was like May 27th. So it was like, because I got my car May 25th, 2019. So it was like May 27th. And my friend of 3 years, and we'll name her Lily. Lily's like, she shows me and I'm still like kind of baffled, like saying it. I'm like, what? That's crazy to me. Anyways, to this day, years later, she showed me these paragraphs. It wasn't just like text message, like single text. It was full novel paragraphs. And you guys don't know what it was? It was the friend of 3 years, Tasha, the one that I went to movies with, was bashing me on Twitter. Bashing me about my car. And it was full, like, guys, if I had the messages, it's literally insane. But I do remember it verbatim. It was, Tasha was saying, like,
oh, she thinks she's all that because she got this new car. I've been letting her drive my car.
And then after months, she brings up the incident where I accidentally like hit her car a little bit. I didn't even hit it. I just barely brushed the construction cone. In the messages on Twitter, she's literally tagging this one girl that I never heard about before. She's tagging this girl, right? I guess like they're talking on Twitter back and forth. And Tasha's like,
yeah, like she thinks she's all that because she got this car, and she doesn't let me eat in her car, she doesn't let me drink in her car, she doesn't let me drive her car, like
literally badgering me, like saying like she thinks she's all that. Because before, like I said, like I would do a lot of like fashion photo shoots and, you know, get recognition from Puma and things like that. And she was like, yeah, she thinks she's all that. Like, imagine, like, we would sometimes like borrow each other clothes as friends. Like we're friends. So like I wore this like bralette on Instagram, and she's literally bashing me on Twitter, saying, yeah, she's wearing my clothes, and like she don't like insane, guys, like literally bashing me. And imagine, like, guys, like this is like coming from a person who has something just given to them, like mommy, daddy just giving me a car. I like to this day, and I really like anything that I work hard for, I cherish everything that I have, down to the car. Like, yes, she was right. I did not allow anyone to eat in my car because I don't like the food smell. So she was right. Like, even though in her car, like, we'll eat Cane's and we'll eat in and out in her car, she never made it clear to me that I couldn't eat her in her car. She never made it clear to me. She never said, Bray, like, please don't eat in my car. Now, when I got my car, I made it clear to her that I did not want her to eat, like, not just her specifically, but I just didn't want no one to eat in my car. I made it a rule of no eating in my car, and just only walk. Like, I was really strict because, like, that was my first ever, like, possession that I can call mine. So I was like, yeah, to this day, nobody eats in my car except me, okay? But the drinking, you know, we can slide, I can slide. But when I first got my car, it was like no drinking in the car, no eating in the car, and I was the primary driver. Like, I'm driving my car, like, everywhere. So, like, over the paragraphs on Twitter, she's like, yeah, like bashing me about the car and like talking mess about my car, and I'm like, and I'm literally like reading these messages and my jaw dropped to the floor, because this is the girl that, like, we did everything, like, we're super cool. Like, I thought she would be able to come up to me and text me or call me, but like, hey Britt, can we talk about this? But instead she's bashing me she had another friend, I guess she had tagged on Twitter, and her friend that was tagged was like, oh, why don't you add her, meaning like, why don't you add me to like the post on Twitter? Why don't you add her? She, her friend was like, why don't you add her? And I clearly knew she was talking about me. Okay, my friend Lily is like looking at me and like, so sorry, like, she's like apologizing, like, so sorry, but like, I really don't want to show you this, but I didn't feel right in my spirit to not show you. And I'm like looking at her phone, and I'm like in shock. I couldn't believe what I was reading, because I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, we literally went to LA together, we went out like everywhere, we would travel together and everything. So it was like, for her to really feel that envy and hate towards me, and I didn't even know it, I'm like so oblivious to it, and I'm so like naive to it, was like literally insane, like literally shocking. It's like kind of like heart-wrenching, like, what? This is my girl. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're mad? Like, and in my head, I thought like she was already over with like the incident. Like, I thought she was already done with it. Apparently, she's been holding on to that grudge or that incident for months. And like, it's so crazy, 'cause I didn't know that she felt upset that she couldn't drive my car. Like, if she wanted to, if she said, Britt, like, can I drive your car, can I take it here or there, like, girl, of course. Like, but like, of course you can take my car. She did not communicate that feelings towards me. She didn't, when we would meet up, she never ever like expressed those emotions or feelings towards me. So I was so shocked. So I was like, no, there's no way. So I call her on the phone, right? And I confront her, because I'm like, I'm gonna confront you. Like, if you're my friend, I'm gonna see, like, this is true. I call her on the phone. She's like, you know, she's that regular same girl. Hey, Britt, like, how you doing? What's up, girl? Congratulations on your car. She give me that energy, and I'm like, girl, be for real. Like, I'm like, girl, like, stop all that fluff. Stop all that fluff. I'm like, did you say all this about me? And she's like, oh, instantly. She was like, excuse. She's like, oh, no, Britt, I did not mean that. Like, Britt, like, you know, I didn't mean that. But she's like, yeah, Britt, I did feel some type of way about your car or things like that. And you're out, and like and you borrowing my clothes. Like, she's saying this all on the phone. Like, actually, she's admitting to it, but she's like sugarcoating it. You feel me? She's like, and I'm like, you know, like, I was so shook. I was so shocked. I'm like, I was so shocked by that, because I was like, never would I thought someone would, or a friend would feel that way. Like, because I'm a person where, like, if someone says something to me, right, or like a friend does something or say something, I communicate, I express my feelings. So for her not to even, you know, smile on my face, and then to her other friend, she was like, this girl this girl that, and then I'm also hearing things, like crazy things, like, it's insane. It is so crazy how God works, because we were planning a trip like a few months later to go to New York, and it's like, I am so glad that we never ended up making that trip happen, because I wouldn't know if she was going to leave me in New York or do something crazy to me in New York, because like, it was going to be just me and her, like me and her girls trip. So it's like, I'm like, looking back, I thank God that, you know, we didn't make plans to go to New York, and it didn't happen, because like, who would have knew she had all this hate and this jealousy, and it's like, and I'm with her in New York all alone. So that was a really crazy experience. I wasn't gonna talk about this, but you know, I feel like this is like my little diary, you feel me? And if anybody's rubbed the wrong way, I mean, if you do see this video, I mean, girl, you could have just came up to me, you know, but like, no shade to her. Like, it's been years later, and I hope she's doing well. Shout out to my friend Lily for like looking after me. I would cherish our friendship forever. Like, I really love people who have good intentions and have a good heart. And message to you guys who's watching, always remember, you don't really know who you hanging next to. You could be friends with somebody for 20 plus years, but deep down they may have jealousy, they may just have this animosity, because you are doing something to elevate your life. Because, and it's just so funny to me, it's so crazy that some women and friends have that mindset of like, if a friend's doing better than me, then there's an issue. Like, as you would know someone's your true friends by their actions, okay? Like, a true friend would not go to someone and like talk mess about you behind your back, or they will congratulate you, like, genuine. But it just comes to show that like, I rather not have any, I rather have 0 friends or nobody around me than 20 fake friends. But yeah, this was a story I was gonna take to the grave, but I think it's so, like, looking back, I just, like, right now, I just think it's hilarious. Like, I no shade towards her, no shade towards me. I just think it's hilarious, like, looking back at it. But it's a lesson learned. It's generally it's a lesson learned. It's just like, you have to be careful who you pick your friends. And you know, I knew something was fishy when she was like, oh, Britt, like, what are you wearing to these events and things like that. But anyways, we live and we learn, and I appreciate all the experience that I ever encounter with friends, you know, but this just helps me grow as a person, to create my own independence, and to just work in silence. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. If you guys like these story times, if you guys enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe down below. I love you guys so much, and hopefully you guys take something away from this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the comments. Adios. I'm gonna go eat something. Okay, bye-bye.